All right, folks, let's get this thing started. It's an interesting evening here in East Tennessee on Norris Lake. Real pretty afternoon, but I think the looks can be deceiving because there's a big storm on its way. Looking at the graph, it looks like all the fish are pretty deep. It seems like I'm trying some spinner baits here and some top water, but not any luck going on with those baits just yet. This is my first fish of the evening. I switched over to a deep running crankbait, and it seemed to produce a little bit here for me. All right, here comes the rain, just like I expected. I seen it on my mobile app radar, and it gets even a little worse here before it gets better. All right, the rain finally quit, and I'm getting out of this raincoat. It's really muggy outside and pretty hot. The surface temperature is in the lower 80s. It's quite warm, so I guess that's why the fish are certainly down there in cooler water, and the storms drove them down deeper. All right, this is my second keeper, and it's a little Kentucky spotted. This little fish was tough. He didn't want to get in the kayak. Here's another little angle of catching that fish. He was a little fighter, a little scrapper. After I landed this thing and tried to get him off there, he tried to bite me. I mean, this fish really clamped down on me. Really tough. As we say in Anderson County, I put the cuffs on him and calmed him down a little bit here, so I was able to subdue him a little bit. This is the head of the Doakes Creek area, just beyond that bridge. It's really a beautiful section of Norris Lake. I like coming up here to this part. A lot of crappie fishing up in here in this section, and lots of good vista views of the Cumberland Mountains. That's just beyond the bridge there. Really nice section of the lake. All right, we're on our way back to the boat ramp. It's time to get out of here. It's about probably a little after 9. And Scott is kind of coming along there with me, and I think he hooks one here as well. We're both trolling these deep running crankbaits. And both of us caught lots of fish, but they were just really small. Scott had a good one back around below us back there. I thought he actually landed. I was a couple hundred yards from him, and I thought he had that fish in the boat, but it got off. But that was a good one. That would have been the biggest fish of the evening.
My two were spots. That 14 quarter was a spot.
I caught this little smallmouth right before we got to the boat ramp, so that kind of topped me off for the evening.
Oh, all right, folks, I'm back. It was an interesting little evening tournament, to say the least. Anyway, well, I won, if you could call it that. I just didn't think it was that special. However, I had three fish, and most everybody had one or two, or maybe some didn't even have any. I know I caught a lot of smaller fish, and our club president Scott did too. We kind of fished pretty close together. And but they were just running small. But it was a strange night. It's July the 3rd, 2019, and there were storms that just rolled in, and we just we were just bombarded with lightning and thunder, so it drove the fish deep. So anyway, like I say, I won this thing, and nothing really to brag about, but exclusively I used this little lure here. It was a deep running banded lure, worked pretty good. I tried some Cincos, I even tried some whopper poppers and spinner baits, Zyra spook, but I think the fish were deep, or at least that's what was showing on the graph, and I think Scott agreed with me on that too, and he was seeing the same thing I was seeing. The fish were between 18 and 20 feet deep. So anyway, I used a deep running plug and got it down there and won this thing. And I guess it was my time. I've been kind of slacking here. I've been on some bad luck here lately. But anyway, it was fun. We had a good time. I want to say thank you to all the other guys that came out. And once again, thank the Clinch Mountain Kayak Anglers Club. If you get a chance, come join up with us and fish. We learn from each other. We're a non-profit organization. We don't charge no memberships. The only thing that we charge is to enter our tournaments, but all of that is usually 100% payoff. So anyway, I'm Jeff Parrott, and we'll see you next time.